Rayon.
This is Joshua Glazer.
And this is the Raised and Glazed podcast. All right, y'all. So we've already pretty much gone through the whole AFC South, and this is the last video. Today we are going over the 6-10 Jags, and I'm gonna let you just start off, man.
Yeah, last year was a year of started with promise with Foles. First, there was a touchdown, first drive, I believe, and then he breaks his collarbone in true Nick Foles fashion, I guess. I don't know what that means, but kind of rough. Then comes Minshew mania. I think they may have started another quarterback in between there, or tried someone. I don't know. Someone didn't work or whatever. They were bottom of the division in both offense and defense. They've got some talent they left over, but they have they have 4 top 100 picks,
right?
Which should definitely help but the only issue is they're in this kind of limbo right now, where they brought back their head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they going with this? Because either they keep the coach and they draft to help that coach with his scheme. So his specific scheme, he brings in Jay Gruden. They need more precision passing. They need a more precise offense. Defense, they need smart and fast, out-execute you in the cover 3 scheme with what Walsh does.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to stay with that? How do they approach the draft? Do they just go after best available talent? They'll say they'll do that, but everyone drafts for need. It's kind of a stupid comment. Just comes to my head. All right, so maybe they take this year and they just try to surround Minshew with as much talent as possible, just run the hell out of the ball, which is going to be hard with Gruden because he doesn't like running the ball. They've got Leonard Fournette, who's still a bad man. He's had flashes last year.
Mm-hmm.
But it just comes down to, and then the GM is also on the hot seat. So what is he? Is he going to pull off some shit where he tries to draft a young quarterback, hoping that it will extend his time there? He goes and reaches for a young quarterback at 9, maybe, whoever that is, that changes everything.
Right.
But I'm going under the assumption that he's going to build a team to try to win games.
Right.
I may be stupid. That's okay. Not the first time. But at receiver, I think they kind of go at pick 9. They almost have to go receiver because there's such good talent at the top of the draft, and there's a guy that fits perfectly if he's there, and JEUDY.
Right.
If he's there, they drop it. They drop the pick and they run away screaming like they just won the lottery.
Right.
Because he fits perfectly next to a guy like DJ Chark, who is raw but just freakishly athletic. Or maybe they say they wait till 20 and somehow Jordan Jefferson makes there. I don't think he makes it all the way to 20. Fortunately, because I was hoping the Saints would be able to draft him, but I don't think that's going to happen with some of the way people are talking about him. So I think they definitely need a route running receiver that's just got that upside, that plus potential. You kind of go early for that. But they say they don't. They go. There's other guys that can run routes, and there's other guys they can put next to Chark and still be successful. But other needs that they have, it's very public how Yannick Ngakoue has pretty much burnt all bridges. They're trying to trade him. They're trying to pretend like they have leverage. They don't. They'll end up trading him for like a piece of bubble gum and a back scratch.
Right.
And so they probably at 20 they'll end up going after an edge player. They can probably cross their fingers and toes and whatever else they can cross and hope that K'Lavon Chaisson falls to them, because he's pretty much a better version of Yannick Ngakoue in terms of playing the run.
Right.
But he's not going to be there. So they'll probably be stuck with a developmental guy that's got high potential but is a good 4-3 rush player, because they play a lot of 4-man rush. They don't like blitzing a ton. And they just drop back in coverage and pray to God that they can out-execute you. Now they trade away a corner, so who knows how that works. But in terms of the edge rusher, there's a guy named Yetur Gross-Matos, who's long, freaky 6'5" dude who's got burst. A lot of people like him. we'll see if that could be the pick at 20. Then you get down, and there's so many. This is a deep draft in the middle. When they get to their pick at 42, they're gonna need a cornerback who's a cover 3 stereotype. Just think Richard Sherman, maybe a little faster. Guy like Diggs, we talked about before, brother of Stephon Diggs,
right,
out of Alabama. A guy named Jalen Johnson, we haven't spoken about yet. I believe he's out of Utah. He's another long corner, and then Bryce Hall from Virginia.
Yeah.
who's a good player as well. Saying all that, how much will it actually improve them from 6-10? Probably not at all, because they got rid of Calais Campbell. They got rid of Yannick Ngakoue. Those are probably their 2 best pass rushers. There's maybe the offense does better because their offensive line gets healthy again. I believe Cam Robinson was hurt last year.
Right.
And I think that it'll probably lead to a drop-off to 4-12, 5-11. Or they could just flip everything on its head and trade their 2 first-round picks and go up for a quarterback. Who knows? They're the Jags. They do a lot of weird shit when it comes to quarterbacks, like giving guys like Blake Bortles a bunch of money and then cutting him very soon after, and Nick Foles giving him a shitload of money, and then he's gone, and now they're stuck with little Minshew, the future Tiger King. But we'll see. I like Minshew. He's a Mississippi kid, but he's probably a career backup. I saw how badly he did against the Saints when you forced him to sit in the pocket. He just doesn't have that feel. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to come down to what kind of internal evaluation they have on their situation as an organization, how well they can decide if they can draft for the future or they need to draft now in terms of just saving their job. Right. That's kind of where I see it. What do you have anything to add, Leo?
No, man, I agree. I agree with the receiver. I agree with the edge. I mean, and they need a corner because they traded Ramsey away. So I would say
and Bouye. They got him away for like a 5th-round pick or something.
Yeah, right. So I mean, man, it's like I agree with everything you said. I mean, I don't see them going quarterback yet because outside of Burrow, every quarterback, I guess, that is projected to go in the top 10. Every first-round quarterback in this draft, outside of Burrow, I feel like is kind of